I don't really think when you're watching the news, when you're seeing the mass shootings here in Tucson, when you're seeing the mass shootings in Aurora, or the car crash here, the tornado there, all of those communities needed to send their patients to someplace. Hurricane Katrina, thousands of people were in that trauma center, and it was when that trauma center was taken out, that was a huge community disaster. Those patients end up going someplace. And so it's the trauma center, and I think people don't really often make that connection, but there's always a team here waiting for you.
Hi, I'm Mark Woodley, and University Medical Center saved my life. Started heading back home. It was kind of raining off and on all day, and that's when I noticed the guy's truck turned over on the freeway. I remember stopping, getting out of my truck, throwing on my hazards. The guy was still in the truck, and he was crawling out, and we got him out, and I remember, just standing there with him and just hearing this awful kind of screeching sound, and next thing I know, I was hit. Something hit me. It was the car, actually. The lady's car had hit the truck, and the truck had hit us, but her car kind of flew over the top of us. I remember the ride to the hospital, and I remember going in the hospital. I remember looking at the tiles in the ceiling and everything. I don't really remember what happened at that point after that. I had lost my kidney, and I suffered from trolley, and I had a blood transfusion, and I had died on the table. I coded.
We stopped this bleeding, and we got that controlled, but all of a sudden, this guy who should do well starts to die. He starts to actually go on and die. All the monitors and sensors are saying things are wrong, things are not going right. We can't get oxygen to him. We're double checking the sensors. We're starting to panic here. I think he's got a reaction to one of the blood transfusions that we gave. It's just really uncommon. We test for it. We give blood by the tons here. And I grabbed the cardiothoracic surgeon just a couple of doors down in the operating room and explained it to him. I need this, I need it now. I can't discuss it. We got to put this guy on now. So we do this, and sure enough, boom, pops up, and he survives, and he's back, and it's just great to see him when he comes back.
In his condition, if he had been taken somewhere else, I really just don't think they wouldn't have had the capacity or the resources to do what we can do here.
I'm Cora Crusilius, and I'm getting a dual degree in law school and a master's in public health. There's a funny intersection in town where the street does a Y, and the sun must have been right in her eyes, and she didn't see me at all and hit me, and I rolled up on the windshield and cracked her. I rolled up on the hood and cracked her windshield. It was very lucky for me that I got hit right there and then, because an ICU nurse was looking out his window and he saw some people in the street.
I was standing in my house and I saw a woman laying on the ground, and just it's what we do, so just took off running. The van that hit her was right here, and Cora's body was laying right here. And when I came out, she was laying on the ground. Her body was just kind of, she was contorted and she was bleeding, and first thing we learned is airway, and so as I was looking at her, just trying to figure out why is she gurgling, why is she, making that sound, and it was her bag choking her. So I reached down, pulled up. As soon as I pulled up, she just let out the best sound ever, which is that big gasp of air. So that was good.
Burn care is part of trauma care, and I think our obligation to the community is to serve the community.
This year we are very excited about putting in a new burn program. We need to get some pieces of equipment and gear and a room for washing and hydro and things like that. That should be fairly easy to do, but it's the ability and the freedom to continue to move forward and take us to the next level all the time. where we can be the referral hospital for the community. Southern Arizona, we're the only ones that are here in Southern Arizona. 1.5 million people depend on us, and we want to be there for them today, tomorrow, and forever.
30% more people survive when they're taking to a trauma center than compared to a regular community hospital. So the outcomes there, the studies are there, trauma centers are of value. And so drive past the community hospital and take your injured loved one to a trauma center.
I think that other facilities do a good job, but I believe that we really are the best.
Having a surgeon who also has that additional fellowship training in critical care is only found here. And I think that really, from the minute you come into the door, you get that level of care throughout your entire stay. You get that critical level of thinking, that team building. It's here. If it's not here, you know, you have to go to really Phoenix or another state.
You come to work here because you want to make a difference. You want to make a difference, not just, you know, today, but you want to make a difference for your whole field.
I thank everybody for everything they did for me, for everything they did for my family, and I can't thank them enough.
I can tell my story as a way to shed light on the great care that I got.